Hello and welcome to another Tamar Talks Media video. You are now watching part 1 of my audience research, and basically I've just been around asking 6 questions to certain people just to sort of help me decide what I can do for my crime trailer. So the 6 questions that I asked are: number 1, what do you typically expect from a crime film? Number 2, what kind of characters do you automatically expect in a crime film? Number 3, are there any costumes that you feel are seen throughout the crime genre? Number 4, do you feel that the use of props is a common occurrence of the crime genre? Number 5, what music do you expect in a crime film? And lastly, number 6, what is your favourite crime film and why? So basically I constructed these questions on all the areas that I will need to consider for my trailer. So costume, characters, music, the sort of things people are looking for from a crime film, and what crime films are popular and why they're popular, just to sort of work out what people want to watch and what people want to see from my trailer. So I went around asking a load of different people. I've asked who did I ask? I asked an expert in the crime genre, I've asked a media student, I've asked a regular film watcher, and I asked a film critic. All their ideas, and as this is just part 1 and that's 4 people, there will be a second video where I ask another 4 people the same 6 questions. So basically that's 8 people and 6 questions. You do the maths, that's a lot of answers. So it will help me whittle down what I need to do for my actual trailer. So I suppose let's get on with the question and answer footage. Let's go. So I'm here today with resident crime expert Lewis Sillery. Hello Lewis.
Hello.
So is it alright if I ask you a series of questions about the crime genre, since you know so much?
Let's go.
Right, so question 1. What do you typically expect from a crime film?
The protagonist versus the antagonist, which is more typically cops versus robbers. But recently, in the early 2000s to recent times, it's sort of changed to be more of a vigilante versus criminals, or criminals versus criminals. So the conventional aspect of the crime genre has changed.
And what kind of characters do you automatically expect to see in a crime film?
Criminals, you usually expect them to be either in a gang, either as a partnership, or just on their own, depends. And then you'd always have the cops, obviously, but you'd usually have a lone detective or his companion with him.
And do you think there are any costumes that are seen throughout the crime genre?
Definitely suits, that's the main thing. Police uniforms you do see, but they're mainly on extras. But usually you do see the suits because detectives wear them, but they're also different because usually the detective suits are quite black and also have different colours. Like to be affiliated with the police, so usually like a light blue, whereas with the criminals they usually be wearing different suits, all different colour suits, like in Reservoir Dogs.
And do you feel that the use of props is a common occurrence in the crime genre?
Definitely, because you'd always have to see a gun or a knife or anything like that. Also drug use and other things like that, and especially in The Godfather as well, because they use horses' heads and other stuff like that to emphasise the plot. And
what music do you expect in a crime film?
I think usually sort of slow music to sort of pick up the pace, because you'd expect sort of not a sort of new sort of music. You usually expect older music, or also music where it doesn't match the scene, like in Reservoir Dogs.
And finally now, what is your favourite crime film and why?
My favourite crime film has definitely got to be Goodfellas, because it's got 2 fantastic clips in it where a Steadicam is used and also a point of view shot is used to help immerse the viewer into the world that they are looking at, which is obviously set in New York in Goodfellas.
Thank you ever so much. Bye. And so now I'm here with Kai Smith. So, let's go. Right, first question I've got for you is, what do you typically expect from a crime film?
Like the criminals escaping, and then the police people like going after them, and it's a bit of a like cat and mouse kind of thing.
Thank you. And what kind of characters do you automatically expect to see in a crime film?
A strong male lead, that would be obviously the detective that people can almost aspire to be like. Yeah.
And are there any costumes that you feel are seen throughout the crime genre?
Typically it's the whole white shirt, black tie and a jacket.
Do you feel that the use of props is a common occurrence in crime films?
Yeah, because it makes it a lot more realistic. So you've got the drugs and the guns and all that kind of stuff.
What music do you expect to hear when you're watching a crime film?
Really intense music so that it builds the excitement for the audience.
And finally, what is your favourite crime film and why?
I think Hot Fuzz, although it's got the comedic element, it's still a crime film and it's got all the different murders, which is quite interesting.
Thank you for your time.
It's alright.
Goodbye.
Bye.
So, hello Jacob.
Hello.
What do you typically expect from a crime film?
Well, obviously you expect people to do crimes, and then obviously you get the fallout from the crimes, even them running away or getting arrested or along those lines.
And what kind of characters do you automatically expect to see when you watch a crime film?
You usually expect kind of like hard men who kill people, or like hired killers, or basically people who are against the law.
And do you think there are any costumes that are always seen when you watch crime films?
Definitely suits, like, because obviously they've got a lot of money, so they can buy all these nice suits and look professional.
Do you feel that the use of props is a common occurrence?
Definitely. Like in Pulp Fiction, they have all the guns and they have the briefcase, which is the main concept of the whole film.
What music do you expect in a crime film?
Usually intense or kind of orchestral music, like the violins in Godfather.
And finally, what is your favourite crime film and why?
I'd have to say either Pulp Fiction or Reservoir Dogs, because they're both crazy films with really good crimes in them.
Thank you very much for your time. So finally, I am here with film critic Imogen LeGrove. Hello Imogen.
Hello Tamar.
So thank you for taking time out of your busy schedule to answer my questions.
No worries.
So, what do you typically expect from a crime film?
In a crime film, I typically expect to see the criminals running away from the police, getting in a lot of trouble, causing lots of crimes and mayhem, etc.
What kind of characters do you automatically expect in a crime film?
Usually like policemen, detectives, criminals, characters like that really.
Are there any costumes that stand out to you as always being in crime films?
Usually like suits and ties, smart trousers, smart shoes, things like that really.
Do you feel that the use of props is a common occurrence of the crime genre?
Yeah, definitely, because the use of guns, weapons, knives, things like that.
What music do you expect to see when watching a crime film?
Really upbeat music which kind of builds up to get the audience very tense and create an atmosphere, really tense atmosphere.
And finally, what is your favourite crime film and why?
Oh, definitely Wolf of Wall Street. I really like the realism of it and how it's based on a true story. I really enjoy it.
Okay, thank you for answering my questions for me, Imogen, and thank you, really.
Thank you.
So, there you have it. The people have spoken, they're their answers, and this is the end now of this part, anyway, of my audience research. So, I'll see you next time for another audience research video, and then a conclusion on what I've found out. So, see you later!